Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Now, I've been making my way through the type grind because I've not actually done that, believe it or not, and I thought it was about time I start to do that. So I've got two replays today, one in the tier 7 Japanese heavy, the Oni, and one in the tier 8 Japanese heavy, the Oho. Now, both tanks in both replays I will be using the Derp, the 15cm, with the 75 alpha HE rounds, 75 penetration HE rounds, and the 910 alpha. Because if you're going to play the type, you want to be derping, and ultimately, I think if I don't run the big gun, then I don't think Petty would ever talk to me again. So I've got to play the derp. So we've gone full HE loadout, and we're just going to try and get into the action. And hopefully we get into a bit of a brawl, because I think we are actually top tier in this lobby, which is really nice. And hopefully maybe we can use a bit of armour, maybe be able to get a few shots in. We see an opportunity to get a one shot here on the light tank, and we do, getting the first victim to the derp gun. So a great start to the game. We're trying to now move into position to try and get some more shots in where we can. I've had a lot of fun starting this grind, if I'm honest. I don't know why I was putting off playing it for so long, but you'd think I would have done this by now, but I haven't. But as I'm working my way through the line, I have been enjoying it. We spot this tier 6 heavy there. We just get one slapped into the derp, and now we're going to just get into a position where it's not easy for him to penetrate us, because he's a tier 6 tank, and if we protect our tumors, our weak points, he's going to find it difficult like that. But we're just going to try and press forward and see if we can actually get some more shots into this heavy tank, which we know is still there. As we come round the corner, we find him, he's beautiful. We'll just slap another one in, putting him onto a one shot to us. Also, we do have quite a long reload on this derp gun, so I probably should be making use of my small mini guns, which I find it a lot easier actually in a tier 8, where you only got 2 of the guns. When you've only got 1 of the extra guns, sometimes I find it's a bit awkward swapping between when you've got the 2 small guns on this, but it's something I probably should use more, because it can be very helpful to keep things tracked, or you can actually pen a lot of the lower tier tanks, or like the armour tanks. So we're going to push around now, and we're going to hope we should be able to finish off his heavy tank. We do so in picking up our second kill, putting us on to 1,600 damage and 2 kills. We are losing this game, but still very, very close. So far I've been able to just get into the fight, which is what I want. When you're in a slow heavy tank, you don't want to be driving around the map all the time, which sometimes happens chasing the damage. You just want to be straight up there in that brawl. Now I'd love to push this medium tank, but I kind of decide that I'm just going to get shot in the side as I make the push from the enemy base and the hills. I can't really push too far forward to this. Unfortunately, I just derped the shot there with my gun elevation. There is a tier 6 heavy behind me, which I can now one shot. So I'm just trying to move to get in place. Unfortunately, my gun is taking forever to turn around there. I'm just going to turn my hull just so I can actually get my shot in there quicker, so I don't keep losing hit points. And we do take care of the tank behind us, picking up a third kill and putting us into just under 2,000 damage with half our hit points remaining. Still, again, a pretty close game, 8 versus 9, but there's still quite, there's a lot of damage left to be had. So I was going to try and push around. I wasn't liking where I was, and then the enemy TDs actually pushed around in front of us. We spotted this enemy charioteer. We can pen this tank, this challenger, and we do. We slap it in straight there. This is just shy of 900 damage. It was actually a low roll there on the HE pen. We could have actually one-shot that tank. We swapped to the small gun though to try and finish him off while we're waiting for our kill, and we do pick up the kill there with the small gun. Swap back now to the big gun, because I am getting farmed by this Thunderbolt here on the left. We slap one in, but we are put down to 300 hit points, which is not ideal. At least we've now got our front armour facing towards the tank. I want to try and take this tank out the second one reload. I don't really want him to escape. So we're going to push around, eat probably one shot off of this tank, which we do, but then we were able to finish it off. Unfortunately, it has left us with only 200 hit points, still in a 5 versus 5, but it has put us at just shy of 3,400 damage with 5 kills. Enemy Tiki comes around, I'm thinking, oh no, I could potentially roll high enough on the splash here. I don't quite, but thankfully he does get taken out by a friendly teammate there, putting us onto the 5th kill and 3,700 damage. with 3 tanks remaining in this game. So there is, you know, possible of getting a Top Gun or a Devastator. If we can just try and get to the tanks. I know one of the tanks there, the heavy tank you can see on the right hand side battling our 2 greenies. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to get over there in time. I need to just concentrate on the 2 tanks which are now in our base, because if I want to get the reset, you know, I'm not very quick. I'm just going to have to full send this. Hopefully our tank destroyer on the right hand side, there is a Super Hellcat, will probably be able to get back and get the reset, because yeah, at this point I'm not sure if I'm going to make it or not. But I'm hopefully he gets a reset. He does get a reset. That will give me enough time to get there. I'm just hoping I can get over there and pick up a kill, because you know, I'm on 5 kills. It'd be nice, you know, potential. I could get a Devastator because that heavy tank has 1 in the right hand side. I'm guessing he's probably not on that much health because he was just battling 2 tanks. But at this point I have no idea what the heavy tank on the right hit point pool is. All what I know is just, he's a Tiger P. So I'm pushing up to try and get this kill. I'm suspecting he's going to get taken out by the Super Hellcat, but I'm getting closer and closer, and I think, oh, I might be able just to snatch this kill, but he does get taken out by a Super Hellcat. So there goes the Devastator opportunity, but I've still got an opportunity to get a Top Gun if we can find this Tiger P. I'm just going to take the most direct route possible. Like I said, I don't actually know how many hit points that he is on. I'm guessing not a lot, just because he was in a bit of a brawl over there. So I imagine he would have lost a bit of hit points, but I don't know at this point, and I am actually a 1-shot, so I do have to be a little bit careful. But I've got to try and find a tank. So we push around this corner and we do spot them. He misses the shot, we snap the shot in, and we pick up the 6th kill, confirming the Top Gun and bringing this end to replay number 1. But we have one more replay to get on with, so let's just see how we did. We get 6 kills, just shy of 4,000 damage. And yeah, so, you know, get the ace tank at the high caliber. But that is it for replay number 1. Let's move on to replay number 2. Okay, so here we are for the second replay on the Oho, the tier 8 version of the tank we were just playing. This essentially, it has the same gun, you know, same penetration, same alpha, but it's just a buffed up version of the gun, so it's more accurate and it has a much better reload. It also has the one single gun instead, which you can actually make quite a lot of use of. I think it's only got, you know, it's got 122 penetration on a small gun, 70 alpha. But you know, you can pen the lightly armoured stuff, and you can keep stuff tracked so that you can then slap them with your big gun. So it is quite useful to swap between that gun when you are on reload if you want to maximise the damage potential of the tank. So I'm now going to push forward, you know, one El Haloof here. We just want to get in a brawl. Because it's encounter, we actually spawn a lot closer to this position, which is good for me because I want to try and get there and shoot some tanks. Enemy Sunpanzer gets spotted. We just slap one in there, tracking him in place with the derp shells. We're looking for a second shot. We're trying to keep him tracked in place there. Unfortunately, I can't quite do it because of the way our tanks are in our way there, and I'm struggling with a bit with the gun depression here. But I'm going to get another shot in, just slapping that TD Sternpanzer, putting him onto 1 shot. He gets then taken out by our Leo. So a decent start to the game. But we're just going to continue pushing now to see if we can get up and close. We spotted an enemy TD, which we can get shots on if we can get close. At the moment, there's nothing covering them on the top. I'm hoping that's going to be the case, because there is a lot of tanks, you know, that's fighting in the centre of the map at the moment. So we're pushing around. We're hoping just to try and slap one in. We do get one in. We try and back round now to keep safe. Enemy Brass comes around, snaps 2 shots, but he's not actually aiming at us. So we're just trying to pull back to be safe. When we get back onto reload again, we should be able to slap this tank destroyer. Again, I'm struggling a little bit with the gun depression here. I haven't actually played many games in this tank. This was like the 3rd game I played and I made a video. But I swapped to the small gun there and tagged out the tank destroyer again, just seeing how useful that small gun can be. And now we're going to just try and slap this tier 6. We do, but we can pen this guy through the tribal here and just keep him permo tracked to make sure he can't escape. And that's exactly what we do. He gets taken out. We pick up a bit more of assistance there, putting ourselves on to just shy of 2,000 damage and a kill. We're on 1,000 hit points, but they've been worthwhile trades, I think, because we've managed to push through and sort of win this side as quickly as we can. We haven't really hesitated too much. IS-3 is now kind of trapped. We've got to try and get a shot into behind. Unfortunately, we don't pen that one, but he should get taken out pretty quickly. as they do, and it's another tank taken out. Enemy team are kind of all sitting in the cap in the middle at this point. I'm going to try and keep this train rolling, moving on, trying to get as much damage as we can. There is a Carnarvon X is probably a 2-shot to us on a Derp, unless we obviously a 2-shot splash anyway, also we could potentially pen it. I'm trying to keep safe from the enemy fun police, so I'm just trying to until I get close enough to take the shot. I was thinking, do I just shoot this Vanguard here? Unfortunately, I just decided not to because it gets undetected. Unfortunately, our tank gets killed in front, but I don't want to hesitate. This tank's a 1-shot. We're going to get the kill, and then we're just going to try and push forward. We spotted an enemy challenger who we can pen. We're just trying to keep our armour angled as best we can to increase our chances of ricocheting this on our advance. It comes around, we go for the shot. Unfortunately, we don't pen that, but we swap to the small gun because we can pen this gun with the small gun. And it's going to keep, although it only has a 70 alpha, you can rack up the damage quite quickly against these small tanks. We do get us, probably an extra 300 or thereabouts on that tank with the small gun, putting us under just shy of 3,000 damage with 2 kills. We're now trying to push around. We know there's 2 fun police to the right hand side. The enemy team are in the cap. We can't actually do much about that at this current amount of time. We've just got to try and push around. I'm thinking I can go round through the Chibi, but we spot the RT. We're going to try and pen this shot. Annoyingly for me, we don't actually pen that. We're going to swap to the small gun though, because we can pen the artillery with the small gun. It's forcing the artillery to either die or run. So we're getting a few shots in. We're putting them onto a potential 1-shot there. It is a 1-shot now, but he just managed to get into cover, which is frustrating. But we've just got to try and push around now, and we think, hoping, well, can we get behind this Chibi? Because we can pen the Chibi with the Derp, no problem. If obviously, he's not already taken out before I get there. I know there is 2 fun police on the left. One of the fun police has just shot, so I'm probably going to eat one off of one of them if I do. And try and just take out this Chibi quickly. We do, unfortunately, we do get a splash there by the enemy fun police, which we left on a 1-shot earlier, which is annoying. Swap to the small gun, should be able to finish him off. We don't actually roll high enough, but it does then get taken out. These end up one fun police is going full for me now, and at this point, I actually thought I had the big gun loaded, and I didn't. But we was able to finish him up. Well, he does get taken out there, putting us under 4,000 damage, 3 kills. A very close game though. Still looks like our 2 fun police left is probably gonna, potentially die here if the enemy team are pushing them. Yes, it's a little bit awkward for us at the moment. We don't have a lot of hit points, and there's still an enemy Vanguard, which could be a real problem for us. Again, I thought I had to have a gun loaded. I was just shot him with my small gun and not my primary gun. I thought I was going to splash him there. Now I realise my mistake. Swap to the correct gun. I'm looking for a shot. Unfortunately, I had a bit of gun depression problems. I can't just keep pushing forward into this because the Carnarvon X has got very, very good DPM, and I'm not going to win that engagement. So I'm hoping he doesn't realise he can shoot through these buildings. He's pushed around. I get one in. I set him on fire. I'm using these destructible buildings as cover now. I'm hoping that I can try and get one more in. I can now splash this tank to take them out. Just trying to keep safe until I'm reloaded. We do go in. We don't fight finish him. We've got an enemy Vanguard behind us. We're just going to try and get the kill with a small gun. We do get the kill with a small gun. Vanguard's now shot all his clip, but he's left us in a really awkward situation. We've got 100 hit points against an enemy Vanguard in a 1 versus 3. This is not ideal because I can't go chasing the Vanguard because it's just never going to happen. Vanguard gets to my side, I'm going to die. I can obviously pen him with the HE, but if I miss that HE shot, then I am dead. So my plan is, at this point, there's 2 enemy Barasses as well on the enemy team, so this is not a good situation, although I can pen them all. I'm just going to try and back up and just try and get into the corner to give myself a window of opportunity to try and land a shot. Enemy Vanguard comes. This is where I make a mistake. I go for the shot. I wish I just didn't go for that shot because now the Vanguard is going to be able to come behind me. We're trying to track him with a small gun. It doesn't happen. He takes us out. I should have been more patient, waited for that shot. But I just thought, the Vanguard could have just snapped and killed me. But yeah, I should have waited. But I still had a decent game, but it is a defeat. We get 5 kills, 5,000 damage, 1,100 assistance. We get the ace tanker at a high caliber. But I think if I just waited for a second, maybe if I just then got the Vanguard, who knows what could have happened. So it is a shame, but that is it for the replay. So yeah, thank you for watching. And as always, happy tanking.
Hadouken!